Hey guys, can you hear us?
Are we live yet? I don't have pants on.
Can you hear us good? Are we too loud maybe?
I'm joking, we're not live.
Hello. Yes, works fine. Hey Christian, what's up?
Thank you.
Who's in the house? Well, a few, that's nice. Alright, so we thought that we're going to do some portrait drawings today. And those will be 50 minutes long, will be eight images as you can see. We're using quick poses and yeah, feel free to join us. And yeah, have fun guys.
Both the reference and the same screen.
Yes. You know, the screen is big, I think it's the right size. Yeah. Be bigger? I don't know. Could it be bigger?
You could probably be a bit bigger.
I guess a bit smaller.
I don't think it's the entire.
Can I guess smaller?
You can just, this one you don't need the, if you just make the reference window bigger and then just put us on top, that works.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Because the face isn't like covering everything, right? So just put it
sure.
like on her shoulder or something.
The webcam.
Something.
Damn. This looks nice.
Technology.
You can see the time on top. It will be 50 minutes for this portrait. Wait a minute. I'm trying to get this. What comes inside and out. I think this is big enough. Very professional. I think this is good.
Yeah.
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 Alright. Well, it's more important for you to have the, the reference pic.
So we haven't just finished talking about Avatar, so by the way, no spoilers in chat, please, just in case.
I'll look up the spoilers.
All the spoilers. Turns out that Firelord Ozai is actually Aang's father. Who would have thought? It's weird. But did you know?
What?
No, he's not. Jesus.
Dude.
But did you know that Firelord Ozai is played by Mark Hamill? Luke Skywalker?
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Bad guy again.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Luke Skywalker is not a bad guy.
But you also put the Joker, so yeah.
Oh, damn, right.
Oh, the animated Joker and the first Arkham Joker. The second one, I'm not sure.
Feels kind of wanky right now. But we're 15 minutes, so it's alright.
Yeah. No pressure. Just think of the portraits I'd read last time, so those were terrible.
That weren't terrible.
They were unfinished and bad, and I should be ashamed that I am.
Yeah, you're an instructor at our ship. You should be ashamed.
Once I do portrait
man.
instructions, then yeah, I'll retroactively just vanish into the ground. I wouldn't do that. Julian should do that. He's really good at this.
Yeah, Julian should redo. I wonder, like, the Julian approach is more like measuring everything. I feel like this comes in handier in portraits. What do you think? Well, I'm always like, I don't know, I want to do it the way you do it with forms first. But I'm also like, I feel like copying those shadow shapes, for example, gives me a better result most of the times.
You can do both. That's because what I do, like you need to measure anyway. It's just subconsciously. It's like this relative proportion thing. So if you can do that, then just go for copying the shapes, or just looking for the shapes and put them in.
Yeah.
And then apply form to that. It's weird. You just have to go back and forth, and then it should become clear at some point. That's, by the way, what I'm going to try to implement on Thursday with the beginner session.
Oh, nice.
Just
measuring shapes, or
just teaching measuring first, and then go into how you can use measuring to apply form. Because teaching people form before measuring, I think, is that just doesn't work if you're a complete beginner and you don't know how to see, like how forces work.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
Then I heard I heard that, but I always underestimated it. I feel like it's really a skill that you have to acquire first. Seeing shapes and how the shape really looks like in an abstract sense. And then, but I'm not really good at it, to be honest.
I think Bai talked about that last time, where people start out essentially drawing from imagination or from preconception or assumption of thinking what something looks like. But it's like a child drawing, essentially. When a child draws a face, it's like perfectly round, and then there's like indications for eyes and mouth. And the eyes are essentially like in the top third, because we put like equal measure on eyes, nose, and mouth almost. When the eyes are like close to the middle of the face, and the forehead is really large, because you don't realize that, because everything is colored by your perception, and you're not seeing properly.
Yeah.
So
makes a lot of sense then.
You need to be able to actually take a step back and then realize that things look different than you perceive them, which is strange. So like just measuring is very powerful for that. And then once you do that, so to get away from the whole it looks exactly like a photo, you being able to essentially perform jazz with what you're seeing. That's when you use form and perceive things or imagine things as being three-dimensional.
Yeah.
That's for me at least the fun part, when you end up beholding to what you're seeing. Measuring the cheek pushes a bit more than the forehead and the eye.
Oh yeah, true.
Which is like a really interesting features.
Which makes it hard sometimes, I feel like, but that's the challenge, you know.
Everything else seems to be so long, essentially.
Yeah, and we will see. This cut already looks like I should put a measure thing inside.
Going back to Avatar, you have a lot of really amazing voice work, like famous people here. The first villain of the first arc, General Zhao, was played by the guy who plays Lucius Malfoy.
What?
In Harry Potter.
Damn.
He's the
voice actor. That's crazy. I feel like that's crazy. I don't know. It's because the animation, the series looks so much like a children's animation. I wouldn't expect any super crazy, high profile people to be in it.
I don't know how it actually started. There's a really cool documentary on everything Avatar and like the phenomenon it became, and still is, thankfully. Would have never actually stumbled on it if I hadn't been for Dragon Prince, really. But,
oh really?
Yeah.
You start looking Dragon Prince first, and then you.
Yeah.
All right.
super screwy. Like my brother one day sat me down. You have to watch The Dragon Prince, and the title just sounded so lame and so generic. And I gave in because it's like a deal with my brother and I. We just sometimes would recommend something, and the other person has to watch it. We know our taste really well.
Yeah. Okay.
So sometimes someone's wants something the other hasn't. So here's a recommendation. Heartfelt one, and then we watched. And the Dragon Prince took me 2 or 3 episodes, and then I watched it and really liked it. The second season came out, and I watched that like not really in one go, but over a couple of days. And that was done. And I was like, who wrote this? Because the characters were written really, really nice and like way more interestingly than a cartoon like this should have any right to like to have. And then it's the guy who wrote Avatar. I guess that writer. Guess I check out Avatar, and then a couple episodes in, because the first 6 are kind of weird. Geez, this is really good, and then just got better and better and better and better.
Yeah, true.
And better, and then how does it do that? And yeah, really good.
Let's make a test. Let's fill in the shapes. Oh wait, no, I'm not done.
With Dragon Quest, they're at a point where they could technically end it in a way. There's still loose ends and everything, but it's interesting to see where it goes, because they seem to try like similar and very different things from what Avatar has done, like exploring different kinds of character arcs. It's really cool. I should stop here because talking about this is kind of silly. I've seen it.
I haven't seen it, no. I will watch it.
Oh, interestingly, the guy who plays Sokka plays one of the main characters in the Dragon Prince too.
Oh, nice.
It's really cool.
Kind of fitting.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sokka, right?
Sokka, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, okay, alright.
Sharp S and
Dude,
soft S.
oh man, I can't remember those names. It's so hard for me.
Yeah.
It's so hard actually. It's not as easy as Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy, Sokka, Zuko, Katara. Yeah.
Something interesting about that, because I know they're very distinct names for me.
Mm-hmm.
But in Chinese, there's like a soft and a hard sound.
Yeah.
And to me, they sound the same.
Sokka and Zuko?
Well, not
No,
that.
what is?
Because you can pronounce it like Zuko is Suko,
Yeah.
but it's like a soft S. It's written with a Z. Zuko and Sokka. Zuko and Sokka.
Ah, yeah.
So they.
Zuko, Sokka.
Yeah. I struggle with other names. But
Yeah.
oh yeah, you've seen the Haiku episode too. Yeah.
The which episode?
The Haiku episode, like the vignette episode in the Earth Kingdom city. All these different short stories.
Yeah, oh my god, that's so good. That's so good.
It's one of the best episodes.
The short stories, there's so much emotion in just this amount of time. It's crazy nice.
Crazy good. Such good storytelling.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody's rooting for Uncle Iroh, right?
Yeah.
Since then, because it's so, oh man, it's so well written.
I liked Iroh before, but I didn't get like, why was this guy who lived in the Fire Kingdom this force for good? I never got that. Why is he helping the young prince? And then this one moment just it made sense like immediately. I almost got like mental whiplash from how well this was put together. So good.
Oh man, 1.5 minute, guys. Shit.
You can take another bite if you want. I've been distracting you.
No, I mean, I don't let myself get distracted that easy. If I start doing it, you know, well, I can make it.
I mean, it reads already.
Yeah, so I mean, it's alright.
Yeah.
it's most fun doing those. And then now I have 2 layers, which is awesome because then it's super easy to work with colors now because the foundation for great paintings already in it. You don't have to do anything more. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you get like 2 or 3 minutes more than what's up there.
I can pause it. Let me pause it and do some, midtones.
I can stop time. I can take the time.
A few midtones would be nice and some,
Did you ever watch any other series or movie where you went in expecting something entirely different than what you got? Like expecting something to be very uplifting and then suddenly you got very, very heavy and depressing and deep. Or with Avatar, expecting like a kiss show and then it too got surprisingly characterization.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh man, I don't know. Can't think of it right now. Did you?
Oh yeah, a couple. Made in Abyss. I expected it to be like an adventure series, and then it wasn't really. I mean, yeah, there were adventures, but it became this. I don't know how to describe it because it I just expected to be like an episodic. We're gonna have an adventure here and there. And it became this very foreboding, atmospheric, heavy series.
And it's Anybody of you watched Made in Abyss? I don't know. It's a really nice series, to be honest. I really liked it. And then the bit cringy parts where they, when the children get undressed. It's so weird.
It's
the most weird thing, but everything else is super nice. So it's a nicely, nicely designed world.
A big character writing too. Some really cool logical turns for characters to explore. I wish there was more. I mean, there's a movie, but it hasn't come out yet. Question goes for
not
Japan too.
Not in Europe, right?
Yep. It's only in Japanese so far, and there's no release like no DVD or stream release. It's been with some half tones and some minor like edge work does.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then now Mr. Asaro would be nice.
I mean, isn't he around?
No, he's on the ship.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
He's sailing away. What else was there? Oh yeah, Blade Runner 2 was similar for me. I went in, I'm gonna watch like a horse being beaten to death. I went in there with my father, who was a big fan of the first movie, and I got one of the most surprisingly somber action thrillers I'd seen in a while. Like, it became one of my favorite movies.
Oh,
it was
how much was it?
Free.
Okay, wait,
Well,
2 seconds.
2.5 because I started with 30
2 seconds. Oh, some highlights in it. This. And this. Yeah.
That's really good. I think Pan's Labyrinth was kind of the same because I expected something more akin to Alice in Wonderland. I didn't expect like a war parable or allegory.
Alright, let me fetch something quick. And sweaty hands, so I have to
Get some chalk.
chalk for my pen. And yeah, it's not your turn, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm isn't here.
Cool. No, Ian is working.
Dark
Alright,
painting.
guys. That's the first one. Let's go with the second one. And also stay hydrated, guys. Super nice shake. If I can say so myself. It's a nice shake. Last favorite rush.
It's called
You
that
see
for
it?
a reason. I don't think they can see, but
That's the next one. Damn, look at the rim light. Oof.
yeah.
Oof.
And here I go drawing, so ain't gonna be seeing any of that.
I just want to drop. No.
For I
No
mean,
values.
it's a maybe if I get to it, but I'm not very good at that. So
Just keep it simple. That's the trick. You know, all the hair is just one.
oh yeah,
You know, and then this is second, and this is third.
I'll draw
Bam.
first in any case.
Bam. Yeah.
It's so weird because I just drew on my table. It's slightly larger, so everything feels up whenever I'm
No
here.
excuses.
All of the excuses are to make it slower.
Okay, nervous.
Yes, but my pulse is like off the charts.
Of the
insane.
joints.
It's weird because everything is faster. It's like the weirdest thing.
Faster.
Yeah, faster. Because
Why?
like the motion that on my tab will be
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Things just happen quicker than I would expect them to.
Nice.
It's totally not the shape that's happening there though.
Like one stroke. Oh, damn. That's a nice stroke. Oh man, this is a really nice shape. Wow. I really like Japanese eyes, or Asian eyes in general.
I can never quite nail down like what the exact difference is. I always feel like, oh, now I got it, and then I don't. I looked up the Wikipedia article on it, and it made me none the wiser. It's kind of frustrating.
What do you look up? Why they are shaped like that?
I mean, it's a different anatomy, so
Yeah.
it's called epicanthical folds, I think. Like the way the lid rolls into the skull is different
Yeah.
for Europeans. Like usually it's I think it's more flat. With Asian eyes, it's like the eyeball. It's kind of like this.
Yeah, yeah.
And with European eyes, it would be here. It will be the visor essentially. With European eyes, it's like the brow is more prominent, so the eye. So it's more like that. So the brow is not as prominent. It's like almost like a one-to-one thing where it transitions into the eye.
Yeah.
But I can't figure it out like on actual drawing. Oh, I know what to do, and then I don't. The angles are different too. It's like a 1920s haircut. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's a nice shape. Yours bigger than his? Is yours bigger than his? What do you mean?
The tablet probably, but
yeah.
there's yes, the tablet is bigger.
And my pen. Alright. That was so pretty.
There's let's not go there. There's so many bad jokes to be had here. So many of them.
Well, you can also make an interpretation of that, you know. I was you know, maybe exaggerating the hair shape and the eyes.
It's technically not, so we're gonna have to be.
Got banned for my dad joke. Bad joke, I mean.
It's kind of the same, right?
Still plenty of time. Plenty of time. You know, one of the hardest things I feel like if they black, how do you call it? If they use the black, you know,
Eyeshadow.
Eyeshadow, right? The eyes look bigger than they are, and then I always draw them bigger than they are, right? But it's just a trick. So the actual eye is not that big. It's just a shadow, which makes it super big. So the trick works on artists as well.
That was always like, how do you even convey this effect? Because if you just draw what's underneath it, it's super frustrating because you don't get the same dramatic effect of like the eyes actually more expressive. So your drawing looks kind of lackluster by comparison. When your drawing is supposed to look better, right? I'm trying to make this as interesting as it can possibly be, and you're already taking away from it. Something here that actually says here. With this, I can't quite tell what the hair is actually doing in the back because it's so dark.
Yeah, you know, it's also about copying shades. Maybe you should make like a hybrid, you know, if your form approach and then. Oh, by the way, guys, we're having a introduction to live drawing course going on this week, this Thursday. So if you want to come by, you know, you can book the tickets online and come to the ship. It will be from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it'll be like a live drawing class with just a bit more instruction, focusing on you know, the basics of figure drawing. The first, you know, the very first things you have to know, or you should know, to not be frustrated with live drawing when you start. Yeah. And then we're having a color night session on Sunday as well. You can come. We'll have a full day of live drawing with colors and light. Yeah, so it's the best opportunity to unpack your oils and acrylics or watercolor, whatever you like, and do some live drawing and painting. Hello. It's better, right? It's some kind of bug from Windows. I don't know. Yeah,
Do
but
know
we
it's
should be
better?
back. Yeah, look at the
Oh, I didn't know it was.
in the red already.
Oh, I didn't know that was gone.
Thanks, Bastian.
Yeah, thank you.
So weird. I don't know what's happening. Also, I installed the latest Windows update, which was a very great idea because they reinstalled Microsoft Edge again on my PC and put it directly to my taskbar as well. It's so crazy. And I don't know what they did as well, like into my startup as well. Like everything was there again when I started up my PC. There was Microsoft Edge and Skype again. Yeah, which I found very intriguing.
It's like the same line for the. Same.
Oh yeah, you could make it
Yeah,
nice. Oh yeah.
like the
Yeah.
gesture essentially. Although this is the kind of gesture that I always struggle with because it turns into a tangent really easily. But
But you have the ear between and some hair
There's-
coming out
yeah.
as well.
also this hair swinging from there.
Yeah. That's
like
nice.
that.
That's nice. Yeah.
Really like that kind of head shape. Like the wouldn't call it like an alien head shape, but where the head is like a bit longer than it is
Yeah.
than it is high. And this is this exaggerated, but it's like that kind of head shape. And because kind of tend to just mirror this shape on this side, but it's kind of
Hey, do it.
I did it. It's done.
I did it.
I killed the circus man.
So you have 2 minutes left for values.
Great.
No, you can't. You don't have to do the flares. But it's flashy, you know. It's very flashy.
I mean, I can try. Can you teach me senpai? Because I have no idea how to proceed now. Actually, no idea.
Just take a dark, just take darks, make a new layer underneath that fill in the darks. Like where the darkest parts will be her hair, her eyes, and her lips and her nose.
So we're not dealing with like the tones of the skin. We're just doing.
No, I'm just doing just two.
Okay.
Just imagine, like blocking out the shadow shapes. But no, it's be blocking out the darkest shapes, then the mid shapes, and then light shapes.
Just
So just 3 shapes.
just a hard round, right?
Yeah, you can take whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I take a no pressure brush because it's easier for me. But you can also do it like that.
So is that easier, like having something that goes there with less, or?
Yeah, but it looks a bit dirty,
Oh, that's because
I
the
want
flow
this-
is not on 100. Because this should be, yeah.
100?
Flow.
Yeah.
Flow.
I want the shapes to be concrete and like a very good decision. And if they're like blurring out, it looks dirty very quick. Did you put a? Is it underneath or
Yeah.
above?
It's underneath.
Yeah.
As you instructed. As you told me to.
Yeah, you can be a bit more accurate with the shapes. That's why I used like a more cubic brush.
Oh. Do I have that with me?
It's here. The no press chalk draw.
No press chalk draw. Okay.
You have to make it bigger. And pause the time. Quick. Alright guys, we have to make it a bit longer.
Yeah, this is going to be educational for me.
So yeah, be accurate with the shapes you put in because it will be just 3 shapes, and having those shapes look nice is essential.
Okay. I should change the eraser, for some reason that one became very soft. How do you? I hate this because this is now locked in as a brush tool. I
Yeah.
cannot select the same brush as my eraser. And I do
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's tricky hard. I'd take the hard one. If you want to be super accurate, I always use the lasso tool.
Yeah. Do we have the time for that? So not. This should be fine.
Just be quick. Just be quicker. No.
Just damn it, speed up, man. The question is like,
I think the eyebrows,
it'll probably be, yeah.
I would make them dark as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Very accurate shapes. This is.
Doesn't matter. It can be a juicy shape.
I don't think she's concerned now.
What's happening with its knee?
Why am I being? Oh,
Oh, you're.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's, by the way, something like, you know, these key memories, something that has stuck with you since childhood, like something weird someone said, but for some reason you still remember it. Like something that stuck with me is watching the Donald Duck short where he gets a new voice and Daisy reacting to that. My grandmother going, "It's amazing how few lines can change an expression." Which is, I must have been like 6 or so at the time. For some reason that stuck with me. Like with
Crazy.
this, you just have you change the angle and it becomes from like looking aloof to being concerned.
Yeah. So there's like a great opportunity to show that her.
Actually, oh yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of coming out. Just gives it a lot more form as well. An interesting silhouette.
Do we keep the? It's like a soft spot for me to do this with the hair. I guess I probably want to keep it.
And now the lips and the eyes, and then you're done with that.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
Can also make it not as bright as dark, but this is nice. I kind of like it already. Looks super nice and juicy.
It reminds me of what Neil's doing.
Yeah.
So,
And now the eyes.
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking it too. It's gonna be super interesting.
It's smaller.
That's already nice. Yes. Oh man, this is so satisfying. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
can
that's
I-
awesome.
So do I also get? I mean, I like doing this. Just having some indication for the little song. But we're now kind of ignoring the eyeshadow here, right?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Let's move on to the midtones. Make a new layer underneath.
What's the shortcut for that actually? Because there is one.
F6.
Okay, that's yours. But there's like, is it Control Shift Alt N?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Is
that's the you did a new layer.
I did it
Yeah.
underneath.
And it's not underneath though.
It is.
No,
Oh, it's not.
put it underneath there.
Ah, but there's a shortcut to actually make it underneath. I know there it is.
Okay, and
Okay.
now you're just filling up her whole face except of those where the light is hitting.
Okay.
Those are nice shapes, you know. You can just put it in and
We
then we're done.
Do we take something in between?
Just a midtone. You can always adjust it later because it will be it will be separated.
Okay, me being an idiot with color. This looks very blue. Is that because I actually selected a blue? No, I didn't. So it's
No,
because
it's
the
just the
background is
background is-
warm. Yeah. Make sure that's.
But I think for now it doesn't matter because it's on a layer anyway. You can change it. It's super nice. I really like this portrait.
feeling it yet, but you can already see
You're
where
not
it's
feeling
going.
it yet?
No.
Kind of like it. It's super simple. I don't know. I mean, if you keep it simple, it's very easy to finish it as well, because it's just a few gradients that are missing. You know, you have the most you have the hardest part behind you already. If you have those 3 shapes down.
Guess I could leave out the eye, right?
Yeah.
Actually, this eye is in shadow.
Yeah, put it down too.
Guess I can, because it helps
Yeah,
on the
like that.
form.
Yeah. Yes.
Oops. No. Oh god.
Yeah.
I worked so long to... No, never mind. I worked so long to get the jawline in one stroke for no reason, and I hit over it. Very unsatisfying. We do the same thing for the clothes, just the
Yeah,
same material.
It's just one tone. You know, it's just the texture which separates it as a new material, but you don't have to. I really like it. Don't you like it as well?
Yeah, it's nice.
I was super quick. It was maybe 20 minutes.
It's kind of like the Legaspi process, except even simpler. Kind of the same thing, just nail down the big shapes with very dark tones, and you start working out half tones with a soft brush. It just takes on like a fish book very quickly.
Yeah. You could put in a caution also if you want. Just make a clipping mask and then use soft brush with a tiny bit darker tone.
Clipping mask on this one?
Yeah.
Oh right, that's what we're doing, yeah.
That's soft one there.
Shoved.
It's a tiny bit darker.
This looks like a much dirtier gray, it's weird. That's the little people actually.
Well, that's maybe too much.
Too much?
Yeah, I think I just messed up the process. You have to soften the ones first and then make it, the core shell. But I think it's
Oh, there's a shortcut. Ugh. Where are the jewels?
here.
Oh, I was looking for the actual
Smudge.
smudge tool.
Press I.
Oh,
There.
Oh.
AA is my smudge thing. My basic
I'm just
smudge.
going to, because I'm paranoid, duplicate this layer. Can't lose it. Quick save. To be able to go back. Oh dear.
Yeah, make it smaller most of the time.
Oh, it's already at 7? Wait, what? It's crazy. Crazy talk.
Oof.
I should work on that edge a bit more. This one is actually sharp.
Yeah.
So, now we can. No. What? Where did it go?
Can use
It's just-
press B again. No, it's press soft. Soft one. There it is.
It's not the same. The same. It's that one that I messed up. This one here. It looks very dirty.
Shit.
I messed it up. So bad. Probably something I wouldn't do in a clipping mask because this is frustrating. Just make this opaque.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it opaque as well, but I tend to keep it super nice and on layers, so it feels more controlled for me.
But I think this is far enough. Just roughly, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter if
that's
it's
awesome.
just have some indication of coarse shadow here.
Yep. Coolio. Awesome. Cool. It's a nice looking portrait. Alright, next one. Next. I hope that they'll all be like grayscale, because then it's easier for me.
Cue the next one being very much in color and super saturated. Oh, I still have some of that shade.
Oh, nice. Black and white again. That's awesome.
I've got to say, I really hate the lighting in these kind of photos. It's
Yeah.
just all flat.
Yeah, true. But I liked his face, so just wanted to see different ones.
His face is amazing. There's a lot of really nice angles you can work with. Really cool shapes in there. And these anime strands too.
Let's start with the circle.
I wasn't laughing. I wasn't laughing because of that.
Oh, why not?
I was laughing because I caught myself looking at the center line that you put, the horizontal one, and checking if it became like a brow line or an eye line. It's like the instructor eye just trying to slap someone's hand and then going, no, don't make it an eye line. It makes no sense. Let me explain why. It's just a bad habit of mine. And then like my attention was eased by you essentially destroying the eye underneath. So, yeah, you made a brawl, and then I laughed because of the differences.
Let's make it a bit different. I don't want to copy it like one to one. I think it's could be more fun to make it. I don't really know why I start with the circle, because I'm disrespecting the circle a lot in my portraits.
That's fine if it gets you where you need to be. It's like the thing, like the rules are only there to help.
Yeah, true.
How did that? There's do you know Ethan Becker?
Ethan Becker. No.
Animator and instructor, I guess, on YouTube. Really cool videos, very tongue-in-cheek most of the time. Like literally telling people to not do this or do this specifically, and then being very nuanced in his actual videos. Like one of them was, don't you ever draw with an oval.
I don't know. I think you told me.
Yeah.
I can't remember his videos.
And the cool thing is he goes, essentially he goes, don't draw with an oval because it's non-committal in a way, because it has like the same sides opposing each other.
Yeah.
Like there's no direction, it's non-committal, which is the advice is to use something that is more leaned in one direction, like something that's like a triangle. It doesn't have like even sides up around it, something more like that. I'm trying to use that in light drawing for beans, which is really cool. But he also goes like in the same breath, if your professional works for you, that's fine. But if you're starting out and you're struggling with having to commit shapes, don't draw ovals. And that makes total sense. That's really good advice.
The music is so weird.
Kind of weird music. Yeah.
Is the music weird? Yes, it is.
Trust
Yes,
your feelings.
it
You know
is.
to be weird.
But we're weird. Music is weird. It's the whole atmosphere.
It's a really good face to go for personalization.
I don't know why he keeps doing it. Do you see it? Doesn't matter. The music is so weird.
Sounds like a child's trying to sing along random sounds.
Disrespect the rules. This is the barrel of the mouth.
The circle kind of holds. It's just kind of squished towards the right.
Let's put this a bit.
But okay, going way back. Did you have any shows where expectations were
Oh man.
subverted? I guess.
Actually, when I watched Hereditary, I was like, I didn't even know what the movie was about, and I thought it was a drama, family drama. You've watched it?
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it? Yeah, well, it's a horror movie.
I
But
knew
it-
that.
But I thought like, okay, what kind of horror? Because it was so, yeah, it didn't tell you what kind of horror until the very end, which was super interesting. Because it really felt like a family drama, and I thought like maybe it's a horror because it's just the family breaking apart and people going insane because of the family and because of they have a loss.
Mm. Did we talk about watching The Orphanage?
Yeah, that's the same. That's kind of same. It's the same feeling I had,
Did you watch The Orphanage?
Yeah.
Oh, this. I think.
Oh, what did I?
I don't know. It's this Spanish movie.
I haven't watched it.
Okay. It's not the same, definitely. But it's a very, very drama-focused horror movie, and probably one of my favorite horror movies because of that, and because it has exactly 2.5 jump scares.
Yeah, that's a great movie then.
Yeah. It's all tension. It's really well built tension. A horror movie like earns their jump scares. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But don't threaten me with like slapping your face. Essentially, I hate that.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between scared and being startled.
True.
That's why the original Ring movie is so good too. It's all tension.
Oh, man, I've watched it like a few years ago. I don't know anymore.
Did you watch the original one?
I think so. I think it was the original one.
It's such a good premise. Like the recommendation of this movie went around like a rumor or two. Like, have you seen this? And oh, he watched it. So 7 days, A friend of mine actually knew his sister. Who? How old were we? Or I guess we were 16. Sister was 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Something like that. He had this long black wig. So in the middle of the night, like right before they went to bed, he in a bed sheet and a long wig went to her room and just stood there.
Oh my god, that's so creepy.
I know. I just waited.
Dude.
I heard the screams. It was
Oh my god, that's
horrifying.
yeah, that is horrifying. Oh my god.
Uh,
I think I would just die because of a heart attack
it's just
if
super
someone is
silly
doing it.
because he's like a mere 90. Like it's not exactly
Damn.
a small Japanese girl
No.
visual that he had in mind, because he was essentially filling out the door frame too. But yeah, the second movie is really creepy too. A lot of good ideas.
Second movie I didn't watch.
Do you know there's like 3 second movies?
Oh. Maybe I didn't watch the actual
There's
the
the
original one.
I mean, it's very similar to the American one, except the The Japanese was a bit more subtle in what it does, and I feel like the scares are a bit more elaborate and intricate, or sophisticated almost. It does more with imagery than actual creepy stuff. That makes no sense. I don't even phrase this, it's so hard to describe.
You mean like it's not creepy, but
Oh, let's take the actual Ring
it's just
video.
weird? Or it's just
Kinda.
weird. Yeah.
You know the American Ring videotape was more like a weird experimental film.
Yeah.
Like things that are supposed to creep you out.
Yeah.
Or just, I don't know, disgust you, like the finger going through the nail.
I think I didn't watch it.
That one. There's a scene where like a finger goes through the nail.
Yeah.
And the idea being, like in hindsight, is because she tried to climb out of the well and she had the fingernails by the end because they,
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
she didn't have any shock, so yeah. Very tricky.
Better get chalk.
Yeah, but that's why I always carry chalk. Like right now, I carry chalk in my pants because in case I get lost
In your pants.
in my pants where nobody can take it from me. Yeah, like if they search my pockets, they won't find any chalk. It's on the inside. So that was the only reason why that was there. Whereas the Japanese one is more symbolic in a way, and it's just weird because of that. So it features like a close-up of an eye with letters in it, and the eye is a horse eye, and it looks super creepy because of that, because it's like all dark, and it's framed in a way that it almost looks human.
Yeah.
So it's strange. Also callback to like an eye shot later in the film. There's a scene of people crawling backwards on the shore, on the beach.
Crawling backwards.
Falling backwards, like it's rewind.
Ugh.
Rewound.
Damn, that's
It's a really creepy
that sounds
image.
super creepy.
And then the most amazing one, I actually had goosebumps thinking about it, but it's going to sound super silly explaining it. A guy with a towel on his head is pointing off screen.
Damn, I think I have to watch it. It sounds so nice, like the imagery.
It's wonderful. The movie's really short. It's like 90 minutes or 80 minutes or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, I have to watch it.
I have it downstairs actually.
Damn.
You could watch it later if you're into.
Yes. I mean, I have to cook, but that doesn't mean that I can't watch a movie, a creepy movie. How
Yeah.
long is the movie?
80, 90 minutes. I'm not sure how long exactly. It's not a long movie.
Yeah.
It's very tight.
Yes.
So you can cook. I'm gonna go shopping to actually some food for myself. I'm gonna watch. I was really into that whole series back in the day. Watched all of the movies except for the American sequels and read the books. The books were super huge. Past the first one. It's interesting. It's tough to talk about something that either hubris.
Hey, who is 69? Welcome to our entertaining stream.
Yeah, where we talk about things the other person hasn't seen, so we have to explain
Yeah, man, but I'm not a really good person to talk to about movies because I haven't watched too many movies.
what do we talk about then? Do we talk about books? Problem with books, I feel like it's tough because you like by their nature you can't consume as many books.
Yeah,
Though, in terms of expecting something out of something, and then this being subverted, I expected Q1884 by Murakami to be House of Leaves.
Q1884. What's it about?
Q1884?
Is it from Wakami?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm reading Colorless Tsukuba.
That's why I brought up Murakami. What's it about? It's about books. It's a book about books. It's a book about narrative and meta-narrative and I guess literature as a whole.
Yeah.
storytelling as a whole, it's my favorite book. I don't know how to describe it. It's multifaceted. It's transcendental. Transcendent. That's the word I'm looking for. It's really good.
I mean, it's really nice how Murakami is describing things. It's crazy because I was thinking about why I really like his books that much. I really like his books. His books? Sounds super weird. His books that much. His books. Because he's talking in pictures a lot. He's always describing like a feeling with picture, or at least in the book I'm reading right now, and it's super nice.
You know what bugs me about that? I can't experience it like with 100% of the author's intent because it's not in Japanese.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about it too, but I mean it's still.
It's really good. Like the cool thing about these Good 84 was that it's like about the power of story and not necessarily about the style. Like that's an actual point of contention within the book. That's it. You can take off that couple of minutes. In the book has a storyline where an author is taking like a good writer, but not a good a good writer, but not a good inventor of stories.
Yeah.
He's taking a very promising story that's just stylistically written horribly, and he's refining it. He's always being told that your style is amazing, but your ideas you're working with aren't on par. So it works with that idea, like what actually moves us in a story, what keeps us interested in what's the point of the story ultimately. And it takes this from so many different angles. It's wonderful. Then I found out that the book was apparently not very well received when it came out. 50-50 or something, good reviews, bad reviews. That was amazing to me because it's like the best ever.
Alright, it's a colorful portrait. Yeah.
Just let me ignore that.
For go to colors today. Well, with colors, it's super interesting as well because I mean the process itself doesn't change that much. It's just using colors. You have to see what kind of color and value it is. But the nice thing is with Photoshop, you can compare it directly. I mean, don't color pick, of course, but I wouldn't go into colors right now. It's maybe too crazy.
Not on stream. I'd like to actually. We could do something like homework. If we were to do a series, like we're gonna keep doing like portraits for an entire month.
Yeah.
And we identify like weaknesses and stuff like that, and work on that until next week, and then try to apply it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Could be something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool lines in this. Lots of sloping.
Yeah. She looks like a. I don't know. It's the eyes look a lot like Asian eyes again, but the lips and the color tone, her skin tone, and the hair, especially, looks more like African ethnic. Super nice.
Have you seen Cloud Atlas?
Yeah.
There was a lot of controversy about casting Caucasian actors in Asian roles, right?
Oh, why?
Because like racist connotations of actually using yellowface, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like the Mickey Rooney thing where he's dressed up as a Mongolian and it looks like a bad Halloween costume and
oh man,
stuff like that. What wasn't talked about, I don't want to get into that really, but what I found very interesting because it was visually arresting almost, is that they didn't just cast Caucasian actors in Asian roles, they did the reverse too. There was a Chinese actress, Chinese actress that was also cast as, I guess, post-apocalyptic Caucasian, I guess.
Yeah.
Same with a Korean actress, and the combination of the features was stunning in a way because you don't.
hello.
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 I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Alright, sorry guys, my mic. Never update Windows. That's the lesson.
Ever. Just stay
don't know
vulnerable
how-
to viruses from the 70s, which didn't exist, but you know.
Or could you make the music a bit lower?
This one?
Yeah,
The-
yeah, right that, yeah.
No. We're
It was not on purpose. Well, that was the break then, So weird. I mean, we were talking all the time, we didn't hear anything.
Hmm.
Did you hear us saying hello to you? I don't know. Probably not. Man. It's a shame. Well, at least you had some music. That's nice. That's awesome, man. It stopped when you were discussing Murakami. Like, alright, it's alright. I mean, it didn't. Yeah. Cool.
It happens.
Keep an eye on that.
Mm.
Yeah, we're talking about appearance and beauty and all that, and you didn't hear anything of it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What a shame.
It's like the pay-per-view feature.
Oh man. So weird.
I never know how to actually properly do like a shortcut for this kind of hair. Because the shape is quite
Yeah.
obvious, but you can't indicate it as easily because it actually relies on... Actually,
Yeah. I would just make some curls, just stylize it. Make some, swooshy, curly lines.
I like her cheekbones a bit too strong, actually.
Very sad. Yes. Yeah. 1.5 minutes, guys.
Just doesn't look very voluminous, I guess. That's my because I guess this is too much, maybe.
No, it's awesome. What is too much?
Like this is very round, and then this is just completely flat. That's my problem.
Yeah. Well, you have a minute to fix it.
That's after you took 2 minutes to fix the entire thing. That's not fair.
You can pause. It's alright.
It's alright.
Oh man.
I don't need to draw at all.
Yeah, I wonder, actually, I feel like this is super hard to paint as well. I mean, drawing, you can indicate that, but painting this, it's like, I don't know, there are like a lot of highlights in it, a lot of midtones and dark tones as well. There's no graphic nature to it. I mean, probably there is, but it's hard to figure out that with, very clear shapes. That's awesome.
They can actually see that.
No, they can't. You have to zoom out.
Yeah, look at this, the neckline. Yes, there we go. That's fine.
Alright, that's it.
Excellent. Yeah, I've got to do that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Alright, next person. Who's next? I am next.
It's true.
But it's a really nice portrait.
Let me clean up pretty quick. Let me clean up for 2 minutes and then not give you the time.
Alright.
I don't hold grudges.
Alright, next time you can't hear us, please tell us. Alright.
Yeah, please tell us. Unless it's about Murakami, because in that case it's intentional. So try
Yeah.
to keep like the secrets of art making for us, I guess.
The secrets of art making. Secrets of.
It's like the perfect reference to actually explain why clavicles have a weird shape and they look like bike handles.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a perfect reference for that. You can actually see like going all the way.
And what did you say?
Hmm?
But how do they look like?
Bike handles.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay.
You can see the actual shape on the left. You can see the overlap for it to actually move back in space on the right. All right, not hers.
Okay. So the head is slightly tilted. Something like this.
Yeah, that's an interesting tangent to ponder, because like the back of her jawline is on the same
Yeah, true.
line as her neck. The question is, do you want that? Because I don't think you want that.
No, I want it to be. Oh no, this looks weird.
Yeah.
Make it-
Yeah.
Maybe something like
With
this,
overlap there.
and then this two.
I mean, the other one would be interesting too. If you, like, because if you pulled her head a bit back, then you would probably have that kind of overlap. So you could experiment with.
Lips are beautiful. Nicely, they're full. Okay, no, I can't.
It's all very beautiful. It's really interesting things to draw. The hair too, there's like a super cool shape.
I'm wondering how many men did we have?
One.
One. Well, I was keen on putting more men into it.
I'm a complete.
Well, yeah.
I have way more fun than drawing women.
I kind of like both. I really like both. I feel like women are harder because there like so things going on, and in men you can be very shapy and aggressive.
Mm.
This is weird already. Look. It's this one. It's going out.
It's an interesting design choice here because you have like this rounded form on the right, like the silhouette on her face, and then it becomes very angular once you move inside the form, with her jawbone and her jawline, like two straight lines.
Yes.
It's a question: do you keep that? Do you play
Yes.
with that?
I will keep it.
Okay.
I'll keep it. Yeah, I think that's a. I didn't recognize it, but let's see if this here.
It's like an interesting shape dynamic going on with her hair, her actual head, and her neck, because they have like this triangle shape overall. It's the big, medium, small shape.
Triangle. This triangle.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's not exactly a triangle, but it's just like the big, medium, small shape thing.
Do we need a pause?
I don't need one.
Okay.
I'm sufficiently relaxed. We have a model that actually needs to lie down, and we have like breaks, and the other one isn't drawn.
True. Are you tired?
No, I was just burping.
Okay. This is a beautiful eye. Beautiful eyelashes. Yeah. Are you guys drawing with us, or what is it here? Are we alone? I don't know.
Are we alone in the universe? Do you think there is life beyond the stars? Talk to us.
That's awesome. So
Mm. going back to going to one movie and then expecting and then getting something else. I went into Rogue One expecting to hate it.
Oh, Rogue One.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it too. I heard that's super good.
I love it. I think I have it downstairs too.
Not what? Damn. Yeah, let's watch it too, but not today.
No, that's a very long movie. It's
Yeah.
like 2 hours and then some.
But I think I don't know if I would like to watch Rogue One.
Why is that? Why are you pondering this?
No, I'm just wondering if I want to watch Rogue One more than The Ring.
Oh, okay.
No. If I would enjoy it more today. After a stressful day.
Yeah. And it's not the greatest feel-good movie. I mean,
No?
no.
But it's a nice VFX fest, right?
It's a nice VFX fest, and there's a lot of like artistically. There's just talking artistically, you know. There's like a couple really cool things going on in this movie, like visually. That just. How do you put this? It was one of the most satisfying movies to watch as a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
Because you had a feeling that, okay, someone was really into the visuals and design of Star Wars,
Yeah.
and then did something else with it.
Oh,
It's
nice.
like every set piece that they have had something unique about it, something you've seen like in previous Star Wars movies, but not in this way. Like it felt deliberate, and it probably was. And I got the art book just to confirm this. And yeah, it's. I don't think it works as well if you're not a Star Wars fan. There's like simple things like there's no spoiler, like the Death Star.
Yeah.
It's always shown in the same angle with the disc part of it being on top right.
Yeah.
And in this movie, it's not fully operational because it's the story about how it came so, kinda. So it almost always just kind of floats into view.
Yeah.
It's never like. It never looks healthy in a way. It's always like the disc is just slightly rotated a different way, or it's upside down, stuff
Damn,
like that.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. It looks horrifying because of that, because you know what it can do,
Yeah,
and it just
yeah.
looks kind of lopsided. And then, oh wow!
I mean, yeah, that's awesome.
And there's
So-
a couple of these things. I think mostly on the director, because because the way it's usually been shown is very designed. Like this is the best way to show it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy did like war documentaries, stuff like that. So he's very realistic with his approach.
Oh
and
man,
there's
I think I really want to see how that came together then in this
Mm.
movie.
and we even had like a trouble production. I didn't notice that when I watched it. Like didn't feel forced in a way.
Yeah.
There's a couple things you pointed out, and oh yeah, that's super weird. I'm not gonna do that right now, not to take away from those scenes, but I want to see the actual uncut version. It's super cool. Here, you have to compensate a bit. If you pull the neck out to the left, then you have to pull also on the right of it in. Otherwise, the neck just looks very sturdy compared to a more slender neck.
Yeah, true.
On the model.
True, yeah. And, yeah, sometimes I... True. Let me just put it more inside. It's a nice shape here. Looks very stylized. Let's just make it... does it look wrong?
The angle of the jawline seems wrong.
This one?
Yeah. It's like the biggest thing, because you pull it too high. It's not as parallel to the ground. She has like there's like a slight break to it where it goes from the jawline to the chin.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that, but it feels like there's two angles. And seems like you have to commit to like the medium between the two.
Wait. Two angles where? Where what do you mean?
There's one going in like this from the corner of her jawline towards the chin, and then the chin actually goes a bit
Yeah.
further
It's down again, yeah.
Yeah. So you can I always feel like if you draw that, you have to commit to doing both or doing a medium between the two, but not
okay.
following through with one of them.
Yeah. Right, so you mean make it simpler or
Mm.
accurate?
Yeah,
I'll make it simpler.
that looks good. It's really good.
No, never again. This is nice.
Sure.
Good. The barrel of the mouth.
Barrel.
Kind of, over the top. But I kind of like it. This part here.
Mm.
I think it's the muscles, right?
Yeah.
You should know. Because you're anatomy at ours.
It's muscles around the mouth, but let's see. Oh geez. Os ocularis? Or something like that. The ring muscle around the mouth. No. Actually, no. Is it that?
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
It's definitely due to muscle. I never paid too much attention to the actual facial muscles. And I probably should.
Man, I kind of like it. Wait. I'll make it super cartoony. Then fill it out. Is it weird?
He's ignoring
It's
what's
super
going on
weird,
with the,
yeah.
with the hair, right?
Yeah, true.
To kind of get the idea. It's kind of like a bouquet of flowers, right?
Yeah.
It's like bound at the top and then it goes from there. Yeah.
But this is
It's,
really.
if you go with the triangle shape, it's like it's like a fountain.
Yeah.
Like it has like this kind of shape language, which really cool. It was just, what did they said it just now, that the chin is, there's a bit more space going from the bottom of the lip towards the chin.
Yeah.
But it works with the
I
rest of the
know.
design.
But yeah, that's what I thought as well. I think I wanted to make it smaller because I feel like I don't know why it works for me, but maybe it doesn't work. It's just my taste right now.
I think it works. It's an easy fix if you decide to change it later.
Yeah. It feels more childish, kind of. For me right now the feeling fits. The small chin. I mean, it's kind of playful and.
Doesn't look
We can
long.
make some coffee if you want.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
Coffee?
I mean, I wouldn't mind coffee, just in general, just like a general statement of truth. But I don't need coffee right now. Just
I don't need coffee as well.
unless you're offended by my yawning.
No, it's alright. I yawn all the time.
I'm constantly yawning.
Okay, let me make some basic. No, 1 minute, guys.
Oh no.
It's too dark. I never did a study of a colored woman
Dark skin.
on dark skin. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has more specs,
Specularity?
specularity. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing that I like the thing you have to follow, that if you render essentially
I have to do it. Sorry.
render light skin, you mostly define it by the shadow parts. If you render dark skin, you mostly define it by the light parts.
Yeah. I like this color tone though already. Maybe it's not her color tone, but I feel like it's a tone that's in between. It's this one.
Yeah, please hit the midtone really well.
I'll make it quick, guys. It's super quick. So Buzz can paint as well.
Oh no. Don't take
it
it
slow,
slow, it's fine. That's totally okay with me.
Now, let's make some basic shit. This looks purple. Do you see it?
The hair?
Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
Going full anime here. Purple hair. Pink eyes.
Make it quick, make it quick. Kevin, make it quick. And then next one will be something like this. Hope this works. No, it's too light. Oh man, this is hard.
That seems really good though. And something very bright for the specularity.
Actually, this could be a bit more.
Oh. Isn't that too simple? Actually, never mind, because I was wrong anyway, so.
Something like this maybe. And then this is kind of like this tone, right? I will just try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Oh. And then we have this kind of tone. That's a bit crazy.
Yeah, there's something purple in the room, right?
Yeah,
It's like even the shadow parts are very purple as they turn away from her. On the left and the right.
make it like this. And, I think the colors are more subtle. The values, I mean, so kind of fucked it up. But I think as long as the shapes are interesting, it kind of works. So let's make it.
I'm gonna try to go with the next one too.
Colors? Yes.
And watch the next picture be in black and white. And the guy. Just
It's a bit dark as well.
the whistling sounds, my enthusiasm escaping from my ears.
And this. Yeah.
In any case,
I
hand
mean-
studies, good idea. Sorry, took a while to get there.
Yeah, true.
Often neglected, always necessary.
So, and then a few highlights. Let's make it cool. Like really cool.
I'm tempted to smudge the purple into the darker parts. Yeah, I think it was already enough.
Yeah, this is it's not red enough.
It sounds kind of like Zelda.
Some random shit, I don't know. Yeah, it's just. I mean, I could go on forever. It's like, when I start painting, it's. I don't know. It's so much fun just having those shapes. You know, it's easier to
Stop.
control.
Stop it. Stop.
Keep it simple though.
It's like a dog eating like screws. No. Bad. Stop it.
Okay. I mean, I think it's cool.
I think it's all right.
All right. Man, I'm sweating.
Get some
All right.
chalk, I told you.
Next drawing in 17 seconds.
It's drawing. Alright. Who's it gonna be? I saw Rajiv in the
in the preview.
Rajiv? No.
No?
There's no Rajiv.
No? Oh.
No anime.
What?
No New Masters Academy.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's a girl.
It's black and white.
Black and white.
it's black and white.
I mean, but the shapes are cool, and
Yeah. Really cool shapes. I like that hairstyle.
yeah, me too. I really like it.
Where's she? Did this? Oh yeah, smoothing was.
Oh, could
It doesn't feel like it's been.
Thanks.
Sure.
Thanks.
Is that the goal? Yeah.
Could make a nice follow-up with all those portraits. I think it would be interesting.
What do you mean?
You know, with having all of them on one page
Oh yeah.
later
Um,
when we post it on Instagram.
Do
whatever.
where are the tool settings for the brushes? Actually, I can just turn it on. Oh.
Sorry, there. This one.
This is what I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
that's. You can click on that one, then you have it.
It actually is turned on. I'm so confused. Doesn't feel, or is my PC just lagging? Is that the problem? That might be the problem. My PC might be lagging because this feels way
Quicker.
way quicker.
It's my PC.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe it's not. Alright, I think this will be the last one, by the way. So,
The Last of Us.
last portrait. Man, this the shapes, it's awesome.
Mm.
It's so nice. Has any one of you actually visited us on the ship? I wonder, like, how many Berlin people are watching right now.
There's always
Yeah.
a couple. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. We didn't do any post for the stream today, so I don't know how many people actually switched in, but it doesn't matter because it's a perfect time and perfect excuse to make studies for me actually,
Hmm.
and also not being as nervous painting in front of people. I mean, they're virtually there, but still.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Can I set my? Can I set the best brush also as the best eraser? Oh, there's my charcoal brush. Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
I can. Unlimited power. Because it's really nice just to massage some lines out too.
Oh really?
Yeah, just. I don't like having like a very feathery brush and then
Yeah.
a harsh eraser. I mean, sometimes that's cool, but generally when I'm sketching, I want something that is equally soft, subtle as the thing I'm sketching with.
It's a girl again. Oh my god, dude, I thought I put so many dudes inside there as well.
Well, they all fought, and the women just came out on top.
Yeah.
What happened? It's the
I mean, I don't.
Hunger Games of drawing. Battle Royale here.
I'm sorry.
All
I don't know why
good.
I'm yawning.
I mean, I've been doing it all the time, so it's all good. I'll be the last one to judge. It's not like the drawing is boring, or is it?
No, it's
Okay.
not.
That's good.
Super interesting. 120% interesting.
Now it doesn't sound convincing anymore.
Oh man. Yeah, this is one thing I do with Eileen all the time. It's like she's just doing something and I'm like, saying like,
yeah, I'm convinced 100%, and then I'm really convinced 120%, and he's like, okay, now I don't get it. I want to apologize for something, for I don't know.
F5 and what's wrong? Was for the longest time the worst thing to ever happen to me. Just
What?
keep drawing on something,
Yeah, and then flip
then
that.
flip it, and then realize that you've been doing it all wrong.
I didn't flip it before. I hope it's not super whack.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful. Oh, it's actually way lower. It's the same as the brow line.
Oh man. I think coffee would be appropriate. I think I would just put on a oh no, it's not that much anymore. We can share coffee.
Sure.
Also, Coke. Should I Coke?
Hmm?
Do you like Coke?
That's one of my favorite colas.
Well, you can drink it if you
The
want.
Mio Cola. It's so good.
Oh, you could give her some white eyes.
Hmm?
Make a new character design out of it. Give her white eyes.
White eyes?
Eyes super generic, I know. I kind of,
What do you...
you know, blind eyes, I mean.
Oh, I like these cold eyes. Is it kind of something that's what I'm studying. No, not studying it, but exaggerating a bit. Is like one of the characters I'm working on right now has those kind of eyes, like these almost, I guess almost anime eyes, where
Yeah.
it's really just actually it should be like in the middle, just to be extra.
Ugh.
Yeah, something like that. So it could be a bit more.
Don't get distracted. Last. Only 7 minutes left.
It's like a description in the short story too. It's super exciting.
I'm too far away from Berlin, sadly. Oh no. Well,
Uh-huh.
if you ever happen to be in Berlin, you know you can come to our drink and draw session, get a drink with us, or
So if you're
you can go climbing with us. Actually, if you like climbing, we're going climbing every Monday and Wednesday and Friday from 10 to 12 a.m. And
But
yeah,
we're-
join us there. You don't have to come to drink and draw. If you don't want to draw, you know.
I mean, they still have to come to Berlin, right?
Yeah.
That's the issue right now.
Yes, but maybe climbing with us is more attractive than going to drink and draw.
Yeah, but okay, but Hubers, if you're not from Berlin, have you only ever been to the stream, or have you visited before, or how did you learn of this stream? sketchy when you work on one eye for too long and you try to draw the other eye. And it just won't look the same.
Here's the coffee. Take a sip. It's very hot from this.
It was a very quick coffee. Ha, what?
Huh?
When did you start making this coffee?
Like 3 hours ago.
Oh,
It's an old coffee.
was it in the microwave just now?
No. It was on the...
On the stove?
yeah, on the stove. And we just put it into a kettle and then we heat it.
Oh, that works?
We heat it up, yeah.
Always
Tastes super good.
Huh.
It tastes even better. No, it doesn't. It tastes exactly the same as before. Ah, coffee. Oh my god.
Kind of lost something somewhere. Oh shit, the lips, I guess, is like one thing.
Like there may be too many lines around the eyes.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta
I
clean
mean,
that
she gets kind of a zombie look right now
Yeah.
because of that.
It might also be because I haven't actually strengthened the
Oh, okay.
eyebrows. I feel like I can just hatch that out in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe. Looks wrong though.
I think the left eye is a bit too far on the left. Move it in a bit.
How much time we have left on this?
You have 3 minutes.
Plenty of time. Where's
Just push Shift L,
Shift?
and then you
Oh.
swap through. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Photoshop, guys.
Or is it this manually? 'Cause I rarely ever use the
Nice, it's better.
Awesome.
Awesome.
what's called the what's it called what's the other one called? Not the lasso tool, but the
Magneto, polygon.
polygon tool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the polygon tool.
Brush. Yeah. Need to calm down all these limb lines. But the lips too. These like hate it when it gets to this stage where I feel like I did a good groundwork, and then start working a bit more on it, and then it all falls apart somehow.
Yeah, I mean, simplicity is the key. I think. I feel like for most things, simplicity. It's easier to control, right? If you have a lot of midtones, you have to push them as well.
Mm.
And I just like to keep it super simple.
I always want to get to this point where you go from simple to where it starts to look like magic, when you realize, oh, this isn't just like a rudimentary drawing. This is turning into something.
Yeah.
I always get lost because I always take some things too far, and then some things not far enough.
I mean, it's the same with your life drawing, right? I mean, you're doing it very simple at first, and then you're going, it looks very realistic at the end.
Kinda, but I always feel like there's a couple of steps I'm skipping, and some steps I'm not skipping quickly enough. It's a weird balancing act.
Right. Well, the cool thing with digital is that you can keep it very simple and go crazy details with it. You know, because I feel in traditional art, it's you have to plan it first. I feel like more, you know.
Yeah. I mean, look at the old masters. We just spent like months
Yeah,
planning
that's crazy.
their pieces. I feel like I killed it at some point. I fucked it up.
Mm.
It's like everything is wrong now.
Everything.
Literally everything about it. It's like no focus. All the shapes are out of whack. This is the last one, so I'm just going to. Can I go back?
No, actually, you
Huh?
can go back. Yeah, that's bothering
can I
me.
go back around?
Jason Momoa. Good
Yeah.
look how many men there are.
So many men.
Oh shit! Oh, you can't actually just go
Yeah.
through it.
I'm going all the way back around. It's like that Futurama.
So many men. It was
So-
like 2 men.
We're like three. 3 of them.
Shit.
4. There were 4.
Oh man, I wanted to draw Jason Momoa actually. Oh.
I mean, you can.
No, we have to end the stream in 5 minutes. We have to be very on point, you know. We're just getting paid for 2 hours, so.
Wait, you guys are getting paid? Like that meme.
Oh man, the coffee is kicking in.
Great.
Take a sip of my freshly brewed.
If I only have 5 minutes left, I need to spend these 5 minutes drawing and trying to save it. I need to save it, Kevin. We get some basic shapes back in here and have something appealing to look at.
It's already appealing.
No, it's not.
I would just color the hair, make it dark. Then you have a focal point.
You can make the hair a bit bigger, because shapes.
Tricks. Nothing but tricks.
Which probably serve as like a decent underdrawing for a painting, but as a drawing, this is terrible.
Dude, relax.
Actually terrible.
I feel like it's mostly the shapes that could be more exaggerated because, you know, her eyebrows, for example, they're more angular.
Hmm.
And then.
I haven't even drawn eyebrows. Let me get rid of the eyes because I keep looking at those. That's bad.
Everything is terrible.
Everything is
I have
literally.
to redraw everything.
Yeah, I need to.
And then, you know, there's this part, you know, the jaw, which is just going into the shadows. Kind of like it because it gives it all this angular, shapes, and the hair is just like a contrast to that.
We need just some more confident lines, really. If anything.
That's too. Less is more. Weniger ist mehr. That's what we say in German. That's nice.
I think the village. Just just
You
this.
know how she looks like right now? Like the it guy, actor, a bit. Because
Yeah.
she's having this slightly, you know, how do you call it in English? Silver look? Is it silver look? No.
Oh yeah, with the doesn't
Yeah, and give her, oh my god.
lazy eye is what
Yeah.
it's called. German's the Silberblick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. Yes. Yes. That was too much. That was too much.
What was too much?
This one line.
This one I did it. Is it okay again? Is it all right again? Is it safe?
Nice. Oof. Oof.
Something about the lips that I. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's super nice. Oof, yeah. Oh man, yes. Now it's getting some form. Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
where I
yes.
was going with
The only thing that's bothering me is her jawline, actually.
Jawline.
You know, if you compare it on the stream, you see
Yeah, she
it's
has
a bit slimmer. Kind of
Yeah.
gives it more, you know, this angular.
You can carve a bit more into it. I just like this contrast between like this
Yeah,
being
it's
round
poofy
and then
it's like
Yeah.
angular, which makes it super interesting for me at least.
that works too.
Nice. And then the barrel of the mouth. Yes. Yes. Man, I could really imagine her as a character, like a villain child or something. You know, like a crazy kid that is doing all sorts of intrigues in a movie, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just according to plan.
That's what I meant by
My aunt will come and do what she's supposed to do. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it gives her like a crazy character, which is nice.
Yeah, let's keep it at that. That should be fine.
Nice. It's exactly 9 p.m.
That's
in 1
perfect.
minute. Oh. Nice. All right, guys. I think that's it. Actually, let's make a. Can I sit here?
No, actually you can. I lied.
We need to move. Looking at it now, the mouth needs to be higher up. It's like she's pouting.
Like you know. Let's get them all together.
The smell kind of burn. Actually, no, it smells like. Let's do this.
Does it? Oh, is it burnt?
No, it's not burned, but it's like the taste of scale.
Taste of scale.
Yeah, like stuck in these remains in a kettle.
Oh. Sounds.
Lots of calcium, essentially. Copy it and then blur it for the extra cheap effect.
Nice. I wish you did a bit more of this, of those, you know.
Like kind of rendering for the others?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Would have been interesting. Because you know, going from that one to more rendered version is much easier. You just have to keep it simple. There's this guy is here. I like this character a lot. Can I maybe go over it?
Yeah, you
go
can.
under it. I mean,
You can, but only if you move the mouth up a bit more. Actually, move the entire thing up by a bit, because
which entire thing?
like the lower half, look
This
looking at it
one?
now, there's like equal distance between
This
the
one
chin
here?
and the nose. No. I mean, literally the entire thing. I just realized that. Because up close it looks fine, but further away it just looks wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. Was it Shift L? No.
Yeah, shift L.
Shift. No, it's not.
You need the polygon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
for
Control
shift.
L because I'm stupid. Okay. I guess yeah. All of this.
That you want to move up or what?
Yeah, I want to move up. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Okay. Okay.
That'll be better. Oh no.
So, are you sure?
Slightly better.
Yes,
So
awesome.
I should be further out, but
This one, right?
yeah. Isn't that the one that we moved in before?
No.
Turns out I was right all along.
Um,
That's the kind of stuff you can. So actually, what do you do when you realize that maybe a couple steps into the painting process, that some of the proportions are off? Do you try to fix it then, or do you just relegate it to something you fix in post later when you can liquefy it?
I never use liquefy. Liquefy.
Interesting. So do you fix it at that point when you realize you made a mistake, or do you start over?
The good thing is I mostly have it all on layers,
Hmm.
so I can just fix it right away.
Okay.
And then right, like here you can see like some arrows. I would probably have to move this more in, or look at the reference more closely. And also this is too hard. But yeah, the good thing is if you have them all on layers, you can just easily modify it and make it nicer. You have much more control.
Hmm.
So let's go underneath this. We could give it color maybe. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
But first I have
Like pink skin and teal hair.
ooh.
Teal hair would
Let's
actually
make
be kinda
it
cool.
let's make it a bit experimental. Experimental.
Experimental. And we make the speech bubble
Oh, let me just-
neon. There's our collab. We finally did it.
yes. Do you want some backlight or light
Back-
from above, like there
I mean, with this kind of expression, what about light from below?
from above, from below? Ooh, that
Like the creepy lighting.
yes, that's crazy. I wonder if I could still do it with this, with your lines,
With the what?
with your lines, because your lines are already indicating where the light is
Yeah,
coming
that's
from.
true. Use this kind of chalk light.
Let's just stick to the reference
Yeah.
then.
Let's do that.
This is my favorite brush, by the way. This is really my favorite brush.
I can tell. Like it's amazing seeing like myself trying to wield this and then
Wield.
Yeah. It's, I think that's an appropriate word. And then seeing you use it, like being completely point on, actually like not just trying to follow lines, but actually enhancing what's already there. And going for like some shape design while you're painting, not just adhering to the lines. This is also you being a
flattered.
really good painter. And me just trying to kind of supplement the lines. Yeah. So, I mean, you can make that now. I suppose and readjust it because I wasn't quite sure with the face versus hair shape. She has this really interesting, like the transition from the cheekbones, like going directly into the cranium. It's really cool. You can always see that.
What do you mean? The
This is
cranium? Where's
literally
the
like
cranium?
the cranium is like the upper part of the skull.
Yeah.
This is like going like one smooth transition. Like with her, it would look different because there's like an overlap between the ocular part of the skull. Because there's a bump there. With
Mhm.
her, it's like a smooth transition from one to the other.
Just made it too dark. I have to make it lighter.
I want to do a fan art evening at some point with Eileen.
Yes.
Because there's something I really want to draw. And there's also like a really good thing to I think have in chat because you something to talk about.
Haven't chat?
have in on the stream to chat about. So
Okay,
combining.
haven't chat. I thought you were talking about some kind of program.
No.
Haven't chat.
Having chat. It's like cloud chat. I'm not sure what it does, but
Let's make this.
some words for shites.
Maybe not as dark. I wonder if I could give her super pink hair. Wait, no. Let's give her blue hair. Kind of getting a old school vibe. And then
What kind of one?
old school. I don't know what kind of, you know. And then make her. You know, this should just be a bit darker.
You know Victor Tito stuff, right?
Yeah.
So he always exaggerates the muscles around the mouth a lot. Very appealing way.
This year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really like those shapes as well. I don't know why, but I really like them.
A lot of structure.
Of structure, and yeah.
Tough to do on like younger characters now. You just give a lot of age very quickly.
Does she look too old now?
No. Just talking in general. Looks perfectly fine.
That's also satisfying here, underneath the eyes.
Mm.
Oof, oof. Hmm. Let's introduce one more color.
Red for the eyes.
Oh, let me see what kind of color. I don't know. Ooh, that
That actually works.
kind of, yeah. Give it a bit more form. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Tells a story.
Mm. Story of
Kids can be evil too.
I mean,
She's definitely not evil.
how old is this model?
I don't know. I'm confused too. I was thinking about it.
You know that you said it, she could be 14, but she could also be 24.
But also look at this. This kind of looks like she already has, you know, breasts.
I was hoping it would go somewhere else. This looks like an old dress. Young people don't dress in it.
No. Let me give it some highlight.
That's an amazing username, but I don't think we can...
Fokun, hello. Welcome to our stream. We're streaming every Monday at 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Today is an exception.
Because we don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
So you, in case you just joined, you just caught us on the tail end of finishing up, essentially.
A bit more contrast, really.
More.
a bit more contrast. A bit more. Give me your lines a bit more.
What about also
something.
using the same blue you used for the closing the air for the lips?
For the lips. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
She kind of looks like Billie Eilish now. I don't know.
If you just use Garrett's colors with, I guess, anything that
Yeah, but it's also the eyebrows.
I think we made it red when you get Aurora. It's white hair, red clothes. Easy.
Ooh, yeah, that looks nice. That's nice. That's a nice addition. You give it some highlight. Boop. Yes, now it's juicy. Juicy. That's the professional word for nicely chosen colors.
It's true. I've heard many professionals use that word in that context.
True. In the studio, you know, Marvel actors, they say juicy all the time. It's a new cool.
Yeah, as observed in the great documentary Juicy, a Marvel documentary. It's weird. So many resources just for some etymology. It's
Oof, yeah, that's nice.
scholars in the future are going to be very confused.
Alright, I can't stop. I can't stop.
Which
because-
means this stream is going to just keep running until tomorrow.
Yes. Yes. It's just, you know, it's so easy to make it a bit nicer. Give it crazy hair. Crazy blues. Yeah, that's a collab.
Yep.
Nice.
Tis.
Oh, I really like the lineup. It's looking nice.
It's nice. Just I wish I gave the one in the top right some base color. Yeah, oh well.
I mean, the lines are juicy. I think it's super nice like this.
I like the lines. It's just it looks
Super
very
nice.
pale compared to the others.
Should I give it some basic? Do you want to give it some
I
basic?
want to give it some
Okay.
basic
Let
stuff.
me,
Let me wield the brush of brushes. The painterly, squarely brush.
cube brush.
Cue the brush.
Oh my god. Okay, the stream will go on for some while now.
Just 5 minutes, promise.
Save it.
Saved it. Oh dear, what is this?
Yeah, I copied it.
Oh,
just
right.
Put it underneath. I have to be real quick.
Sure.
Real quick.
So what color? Because I'm an idiot. Just no picker color thingamajig. Right here. So just go with gray for now. I can do the thing that Kevin did now, where he just kept adding onto the shapes by using the brush. Not as eloquent with it, but I can try. It's like a difference in night and day, just seeing him use this brush, and then me struggling just trying to follow my lines. Funny.
Can you feel it? It's so nice, right?
Mm.
Having, you can, because now it's a lot of silhouette design. You can just focus on the silhouette, and then
Mm.
later on go with, it's so nice.
Yes. Can I just?
Do you need the reference maybe?
I mean, maybe. How did? Wait.
G. Press G.
G? Oh no! I wanted to. Let's see. Select. Modify. Expand. Expand by 4 pixels. Because that way
Really?
I expanded the selection.
Ah, okay, so it's
Yeah, so that doesn't happen, but it happened
well,
anyway. There we go.
nice.
Because 5 pixels wasn't enough, but that's kind of the idea behind it at least.
Damn, this looks already nice with the light background and
We could
the
leave it at that.
shapes. It's awesome.
But what?
Maybe you can put on the
Oh, that would have been fun to draw too.
that one too. That one
That
would
wouldn't
be,
have been. No, those would have been boring. This would have been nice for me to draw. Yeah. That's also boring.
that was no. Guys, do you hear the music doubled? I'm wondering.
Doobly.
Doubled? Because we hear it a bit, and we want to hear it because it makes you nice and woozy, a bit crazy because it's all the same.
How would you go about painting this? Would you paint the shadows here, or would you?
Do you want to use colors or gray?
I guess yeah. Let's use a base color.
Base color? Alright,
What?
I would use a very saturated, probably the color that is in between. This is very light, this is too dark, and then this is a very saturated reddish tone. That's maybe too bright.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
You can compare it like from here to here. You can see how dark it is actually.
Oh yeah.
And you can always change it because it's on a layer anyway. But
Mm.
yeah, I would go with that actually.
Are the lines actually blue? Did I pick up?
No, they're gray. I think they're gray.
Hmm.
But you can combine them all at the
Hmm.
end. And now I would take a very dark tone and then block out those shadows first, I think. I'll go with the more saturated one actually, because it feels juicier.
Do you want the lines to actually overlay on this, or?
Yeah, you can make it a reddish tone as well, like the same tone as your shadows maybe, I don't know. But it's on there, so you can try it out. This is a lot of fun actually, carving out those shadow shapes.
I used to like struggle maintaining the.
I mean, it's kind of like the study you did of this metal, right? Just with
Yeah.
faces. Yeah.
I mean, it's a different process. It's not as graphical because the way that the metal study worked is you just block the. Well, you didn't even block the shadows. You just indicate it with like a soft brush,
Yeah.
and then you started to refine. It's like the other way around. You make it soft first, and then
Okay.
carve it.
Yeah.
With this, you carve first, and then decide which are soft and which aren't.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
So do I make this? I guess I just make this
Yeah.
the yeah. I'm going to play with this because it's
Yeah, you can make it like comic a bit, still show that the faces maybe also ending right there, so it's not blending into.
just having.
But you have a line there, so you can probably get it back with some bounce light later. But simpler is better first.
Oh wait,
this one hair string that is like catching light.
Only the one. He's the one.
Oh yes. Oh man, this is so satisfying.
I don't have my stripe on this side of the tablet. But yeah, this would be a case because I'm not sure if I moved the eye out a bit too far, and when would I fix this? Would I fix it now? Because it feels like I don't know.
You can fix it easy. You can just move the line work to the where you want to have it, and then move the shadow shapes you did. You know, just with.
But I think it works.
Yeah, I think so too. But if you want to, fix something, I mean, it's just 2 layers right now.
Yeah,
I mean, you
true.
have to merge all the groups there, but. I think I could paint all night right now. I'm super hooked.
I want to do something else entirely right now, but I'm also very eager to actually keep working right now. Or does it? So I could carve a bit more of that in here, because that's not really correct.
Yeah, this is the delicate part. We can pay more
Yeah.
attention to how the shapes look like.
I do want to ignore like this part because that's just confusing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I wouldn't bother right now. But this is super nice. It's very graphic.
Mm. Oh, jeez. Can't forget the dimple. Because I'm way too proud of minutia right now. I think we can take it to the next step here.
Yeah. So right now I would put in a lighter color, like more this tone here, like super light. New layer, of course, and underneath the shadow shapes.
Underneath the shadow shapes?
Yeah. You don't want to paint into the shadow shapes, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking right.
And then, color her whole face first, and then you can erase a bit away. And then with the soft brush, get it graded into it. So it starts here, and, this is probably the lightest part here. I will fill it out completely first.
Really?
Yeah. Except with the hair, we keep them like that.
Yeah.
And then erase away, because it's mostly this tone. So just
Right,
paint
right.
in that, and then you can put in the gradient with the soft eraser brush. Or with a masking.
What?
Mask. You can use a mask and then
Oh yeah.
paint it away.
Soft one, you say?
Yeah. So first, like big shapes, so make this darker, and this, more round because it's an egg, essentially.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my. Where's my? Oh, there. The soft folder. Where is the soft folder? I took it away again. There you go. So like that.
First, bigger shapes. First is this.
With this soft one?
Yeah. Like not too much, but it's
I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it. You do mean like just paint in the forms like that, right?
Yeah. But first, yeah, you have a gradient from here to here.
Oh, gotcha.
So-
yeah.
That's
Okay.
why this should be a bit darker, but not too dark.
Hmm.
There's not too much changing, so you have to be very careful with that. And then it's a gradient from here to here, so you have like also a big shape that is right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get in some more harder edges with the lighter tones. You can make a new layer, and then because this is another plane, right? This plane is facing to
Yeah.
us, so that's why it's a bit. Right,
So
you
I
can get
just-
in more structure now with the same brush.
With this same brush?
Yeah.
Or the- okay.
Yeah, that's a good one, for example.
Let me-
And then this is a bit darker. This is a bit darker, but not too many lines. It has. Just imagine you just have 4 shapes you can use to make this face work.
4 shapes.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yes.
That's a nice one, for example.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And then maybe this one. Yeah, that's cool. Just keep it very, very simple and graphic.
Hmm. Like it kind of vanishes into this one.
Yeah.
So that.
So now,
No, I actually don't want to do anything in the shadows, right? This is when we're saturated.
yeah, I would probably put in some highlights, like it's not super bright.
Oh,
But just a tiny bit brighter, having those few highlights.
brush is getting excited. Keeps flipping. That's probably too dark, right? So
Yeah.
something a bit more noticeable.
Yeah.
It's like one of my bigger issues that I always too hesitant with.
Yeah.
Should have put those lines exactly there because that's.
Yeah, wouldn't be too. I think that's. That's my taste, but I try to keep it more in one part with the highlights because it can look super glossy if you have them everywhere. And also the lips, you can put a new layer and make it a bit redder
Yeah.
and give it some more red. Have the lips redder and then the cheeks a bit redder, and but it's very subtle. So just go a bit into the red. Yeah, it's probably too much.
That is too much.
And also darker.
Probably works.
Yeah, a bit more. I think you can move a bit more red.
It's more like a shadow. Right?
Go more into. Yeah. I think even more.
Even more.
Yeah.
Barely registers. Maybe.
Make it more saturated. Yeah.
This feels like a coloring test now. Is this shape different than this one? I don't know. Am I blind?
Yeah. Oh yes. Good, works.
Yeah.
Works.
We take a
For
soft
the cheeks,
brush.
I would be a bit more. No, just keep it this.
You know, we
Kind of works. Yeah, that's nice.
give her. Actually, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was going for the anime, you know, blush, but this looks like it's like intentional.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's cool.
And we could go for
You know,
that.
If you, I mean, for the cheeks, it's super subtle. So if you want to make it redder, just pick this color.
Some undiscovered talents in this dog.
It's from the outside, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say yeah.
I think it's Eileen, right?
It's answering.
Oh no.
There's a whistle off happening right now.
Well, I mean, you can keep it like this. I don't want to bother you with
No, I'm learning. It's great.
Nice, but look at the whole page. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, that was 15 minutes. You did the whole coloring in 15 minutes.
Was worried for a second. Oh no, I took 15 minutes to do this. But yeah, as for the highlights, do you think that's fine? Because it's really just like spots, blah.
Yeah,
That's it. I just undid a couple.
yeah. I think less is better. Having more, you know, the midtones, and then just picking where you want to set the highlights. I mean, your books for me is also what do you call it? Taste. I feel like. Because I'm looking a lot of like the masters and how they, you know, put just a few highlights, but I don't know. That's just my point of reference. If you have other inspiration, that's then for you to decide how you want to put that into your paintings.
I didn't want to do that. It happened now. Where's the color picker? Which
Alt.
Alt? This seems like a whole this is better.
Nice. Cool.
Very cool.
Oh my god.
And
yes.
now we can zoom out somehow. I don't know where the mine is. How do you zoom out on this one? Here?
The what?
Yeah.
Oof. Oof. Awesome.
Me too.
That's so nice.
Nice congregation of portraits.
Alright guys, so now we're finally finished. I hope you had fun, like watching us and, you know,
I had fun.
talking about Murakami, for example.
Which, well, the two of us, not you. We didn't get to hear that, but
Yeah. And so if you happen to live in Berlin, you can come to our sessions on the boat. Just go to drinkajar.com and book your class there. We have a beginner session for life drawing on Thursday, also normal life drawing on Thursday and Wednesday and Tuesday, so tomorrow at 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. I mean. You can come there, hang out with us, talk with the others, talk with other artists, talk with the live model, and thank you, Ilka Koka. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And yeah, have a nice evening and see you next Monday or on the ship.
and in case you actually paint with us, we have a Discord channel.
Oh, true.
We should probably put this in chat real quick. You can post your portraits that you painted or drew or both or something else entirely maybe there and share it with the rest of us. We'd be happy to see that. See if it works. It works. There you go.
Nice.
Sweet.
All right. Take care, guys. Have fun.
And good night.